Welcome to the Connect Show. The Connect Show is coming to you live from Studio A5 right here in the expansive workspace of Wauwatosa, Wisconsin. I appreciate the courage and determination it takes to be a small business owner. It is a lonely road less traveled that requires perseverance and dedication to your craft. And there's no performance reviews or accolades from the big company meetings for how good you're doing, and no raises to show that you're valuable. All of our validation comes from the work that we do and what we bring to the world. And that's why we're here. We're proudly unemployable solopreneurs, and each week we bring you the tools and techniques of successful business owners so that you don't have to be lonely on this road and you can get the appreciation that you deserve.
That was very, very well said, John. Very good.
Thank you.
It's a great time to spend time with all of you this morning over there on Zoom or Facebook or LinkedIn or where else are we? YouTube, all over the internet. We're trying to rise above the noise and share your message with the world. If you'd like us to cover a specific topic, please email us at theideas@theconnectshow.com.
And the Connect Show is brought to you by Connect Media Live, and that's our parent company, and we're a digital media supply chain. So if you need to be out in front of the world and speak to them in a different way than everybody else is, we can take care of that from video, social media to your website.
We'd also like to thank our sponsor, Expansive Workplace, where we broadcast from every day. Expansive has locations throughout the country and is a wonderful place to work and a great community to be part of. And they have great water with cucumbers in it.
And coffee.
And
It's
coffee.
cucumbers today?
Cucumbers.
Man,
How
oh, man,
refreshing
oh,
is
man.
that?
That's refreshing.
So Mitch, who do we have on the show today?
Thanks so much, Tracy. By the way, you mentioned cucumbers. What other flavors have we had, John? Am I missing out on pineapple? Am I missing out on?
They don't do it. They do the oranges, but in the citrus category, it's kind of like orange and lemon.
Sure.
They don't. They're not crazy, so they don't do pineapple.
Got
But we've had strawberry lime.
Oh, well, you got to be crazy to do
yeah,
pineapple.
that's
Okay.
like, whoa, hey,
Well,
what's going on here?
cucumbers are classic, though. You walk into some nice hotels and you get some nice cucumbers, so it's glad to hear that
they're
they're.
coconut in there.
Ooh,
Ooh.
a little pina colada water.
Yeah, now Tracy's getting a little
Okay.
crazy. Okay. So, John, I'm glad you gave that intro and you talked about validation and work. And one of the things that I've really been working on to validate my work is the concept that busy is not productive. We're all busy in our lives, right? But I think we have to remember the concept of being productive while we're being busy. It's not just so much that, oh, we have work to do, so we're going to get it done. It's we need to be productive while we're doing said work. Well, we've got two guests today on the show who both are very productive, and I'm excited to hear about their work. First, Jessica Dragon is here today. She's a liberated, and she is liberating business owners with unlocked boundaries. She can break through and help you capitalize on your business. She is here today with one of her businesses, and she brought a chair massage with her, which I'm very excited to partake in. And during pandemic, she helped manage a mini golf course. Which didn't we all manage a mini golf course during pandemic? I mean, that was the first thing I did during pandemic. Or maybe not. So I'm excited to hear all about that. That is very, very cool. And then Chris Wysong is here, and I'm really excited to hear about how Chris Wysong put his bread in a bucket. He is the owner and founder of A Bucket of Bread, and so they can take any kind of bread. They have these buckets. They send them, you can pick them up locally, or they send them to you all over the country. And you basically make your own bread. So bread, pizza, bagels, say about bagels, pretzels, donuts, cinnamon buns, and more. I saw you had naan. The family and I love a good garlic naan with our chana masala. So we are in for that. And he works really hard. One of the causes behind creating Bucket of Bread is to be socially and environmentally responsible, which I think we can all get on board with these days. He had dinner last night at the Crafty Crab where he did not try the bread because it was all seafood all the time. So that's Chris Wysong and Jessica Dragon. Can't wait to hear from them on today's show. Back to you, John and Tracy.
Well, thanks, Mitch. That was a great intro. So to get the conversation started, if you are joining us on Zoom, LinkedIn, YouTube, or Facebook, put it in the comments or in the chat. What does your daily wellness ritual look like? Do you have things that you do as far as you know,
you take a walk every day?
Yeah.
Do you work out? Do you drink so much water every day?
I know the water in the morning thing has been a long topic of the conversation.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm working on it. I am working on it.
Yeah, you're doing, I'm impressed by your progress.
And we are always asking for volunteers to be part of this show. If you like this show and if you want to get involved, please email us at info@theconnectshow.com. And so I'm not reading that next line. Go to the
Well,
next line.
you know what? It says on the thing, it says, come out to the picnic to meet the whole gang.
We already
but
had the picnic.
Guess what?
What?
We're having a Christmas party.
We are going
The
to have a Christmas
biggest
party.
Christmas party ever.
Ooh,
I promise. Yep.
Ooh,
It's in the
ooh.
works. Ever. It's going to be huge. And then that's where that coconut and pineapple will come in.
Oh,
Whoa.
it'll be great.
There we go.
Boy, that's the second time I've seen you almost spill that coffee
It's
today.
well, I painted the table, so it's
You're
going to happen.
dangerous.
Yep. There we go. Yep. Oh, it's me.
Okay.
Yep. So what do you do for self-care? So when we talk about self-care, that's yoga, getting a massage, getting your nails did, you know, whatever it may be. Is it a splurge or is it a regular thing? How does that work for you?
I think most of my stuff is a regular thing that I do. Don't really splurge all that often, but I'm not against it.
Mhm.
So it's open. It's an open door for the future to splurge on something.
Mhm.
I should get a massage someday.
Yeah, it's good for you.
I have gotten them before, and you walk out of there feeling like a wet noodle.
It's great,
It's awesome, and you
Mhm.
don't care about anything. Like,
right?
just I'm just good, just sitting here. Life can do whatever, because I feel good.
Love it. This was code for don't tap the table.
Yeah, I heard that. I was
Gotcha.
trying to get back at him.
All right. Getting back at Carlo. So I think getting a massage in particular, you know, I back that up just a little bit. One day I got a gift certificate from a girlfriend for a day at the spa, and they had all this stuff that you do, like get your toes did and get a facial, and then they put these hot towels on me and I freaked out and got claustrophobic. But
Did you rip all the towels off and get up and say, I'm not doing this? Freak
I
out?
tried to, but they were so heavy. There was like 100 pounds of like hot, wet towels. And it was
So you
freaky.
just sat there and just suffered.
I
silence.
sat there and I suffered and it was painful and I'm still scarred, but that's it for my therapist. But the,
that qualifies as a regular self thing. therapy.
Absolutely.
There we go. There we go. But the massage, I think, is like, it's like getting an oil change, you know, like you take care of your car, you know, if you're going to go on a trip, you say, you know, I'm only at 2,752 miles, but I'm still going to get an oil change. It's a little bit early. I'm going to do it so that you feel better about that trip. And that's, you know, when you get a massage or you get a, you know, a facial or something like that, it just makes you feel a little bit better that you're going to go into that next thing prepared and that you're okay. And I think it does a lot for like the metachlorians or the little energy cells in your cells
Yeah.
that keep you alive.
And it's probably not all what it's doing to you physically. There's probably a huge mental part of it. Like
Yeah.
just knowing that you got it done, you feel better about things, you feel prepared.
Yeah,
And that will make you feel more confident and in charge of things.
and it's hard to think about work when like you're getting a massage. Like you can't think like, oh my God, I got all these things I got to do at work. Like that doesn't happen. You think about nothing and you love it and it's great. Or you think about that music, like where did they get that music?
I
And what
often-
kind of incense is that?
And I often think about, how many people do these people see every day? And what's the process? I do end up working in my brain. I'm figuring out their whole system at that massage therapy.
Oh my, you need more massages. So the quote of the day, the QOD2E is take care of yourself, you're worth it. And that is a Connect Show quote.
Got our first quote.
Where's the first quote? No, we've had a couple. Let's just leave it up there for a second. Just okay, moving on. So people on Zoom or Kim. Oh, don't read that. That's you. Okay. We're doing great. We've done this before, really. It's episode number 57 or something like that.
So people on Zoom, Kim, this is where you can come in and help us out, and because we're having a hard time seeing who's all in Zoom land. But their question of the morning is, or the question of the day is, what is a morning routine and what does it look like for them on Zoom? Oh, just tell us who to bring up. Yep.
There we go.
There's Van. We're
Then
waiting for
Van, what do you do for a morning routine? Tell us what it looks like.
Great to see you, Van.
Let me say that it's good to be seen, and it's a pleasure to be joining you today after a short absence. What are we talking? What was the question?
A morning routine.
Oh,
Like after you get up.
yeah. When in town, plenty of water early because we lose water overnight. Obviously, like Bill, the vitamin routine. We want to supplement what we're not getting, and then some walking. For me, just light exercise. Some of us have exercise-induced reflux, which is a painful thing to have in the morning, and not good for heavy workouts. Up north, it's nice to get out on the water. We paddleboard, we kayak. Try to do that early, and get a little bit of cardio going. But water, and walking, critical.
Nice.
So Kim, maybe you can tell us one of the ones that were typed out in the chat. There you go.
Shannon posed that she gets a massage, chiropractic, and acupuncture weekly.
Acupuncture.
Also takes 0 medication. She is not great at a full morning routine yet, but she wants to start with devotions, exercise, protein smoothies, supplements, etc. They want me to unmute, but if I do that, I'm gonna get past.
You are. So we'll have to rethink that in just one moment. But while we introduce Jessica, we are going to just recalibrate. We had a fun setup for today, so there's all kinds of wonderful things
You
happening.
kind of got me lost right now.
Oh, I know, we're totally lost. I think what we need to do is we need to hear from Rajiv. That would be the perfect thing to do right now.
Thank you, Van, for sharing your morning routine.
Minute, we'll be talking about online reviews. What are online reviews? Online reviews are reviews that customers post about services and products that they've either used or tried to use online, on Google, on Facebook, on Amazon, on Walmart, on Yelp, on so many other platforms that capture reviews. Now, why are reviews important? Well, we live in the review economy. Everything we do is guided by reviews. If we're looking for a restaurant to eat at, chances are we'll go to Yelp or Google, look for a restaurant, and then we'll choose the one that has the highest reviews. And we will look for a restaurant that has 5-star reviews, and we'll often avoid a restaurant that has many 1-star reviews or only a 1-star review. This is because as customers, we don't want to take the chance of being disappointed or having a bad experience. This is why reviews are so important. As a business owner, it's important for you to think about reviews very seriously, because these will either be attracting a lot of customers to you or be dissuading and repelling a lot of customers away from you, depending on if you have many 1-star reviews or more 5-star reviews. 5-star reviews are very important. And that was your Reputation Minute. Back to you, John and Tracy.
Wellness and retention began in Los Angeles, where Jessica moved after 4 years of service in the U.S. Army. I didn't spell it. There she learned the massage industry and discovered that mobile business fit her personality. Jessica moved her mobile massage business to Milwaukee.
Soon after, she began to focus on employing others rather than delivering the service directly. Even if you love it, it's too demanding to do as you get older, Jessica said. She owns and runs the business, relying on her massage therapist to deliver her company.
So welcome, Jessica. Tell us about your business, Corporate Wellness and Retention. What is it?
Corporate Wellness and Retention is a 100% mobile massage company. I use my over 18 years of experience to vet local talent, and we have national reach.
So why did you get started in this business? What was your why behind it?
You know, it actually happened to me completely on accident, to be honest with you. When I was in my internship at my massage school, which actually I found out later people were coming from all over Europe and Asia just to study at, the internship taught me the basic appointment setting, rendering services, rebooking appointments, taking phone calls, everything there was to do with business. They also told us that when we graduated, we could take all the clients with us. And I did. I was seeing massage clients out of my home. And then actually what happened was they realized they were losing all kinds of money because all of us were taking the clients, and gave an offer that we couldn't compete with. And that is where I experienced my first mini pandemic. And then, you know, my friend just started advertising me on the internet, and I built a website, and all of a sudden I had this flourishing business. There was no planning or training for it, but that was 18 years ago, and I'd like to think I really excelled at it.
Cool.
Nice.
I'm going to go rogue just because
Right.
we have a model, we have a thing. We're going to just mix it up a little bit. So when you are doing this, you're bringing people in from the corporate. Like 3 points that you're focusing on.
Well, we always ask the client what it is they want us to focus on, and they ask us what you want us to stay away from. And basically, our whole thing is making sure that we are preventing future illnesses or injuries from happening. So with the muscles, when we go in there, they actually have the ability to hold on a nerve, and that's what's causing pain a lot of times for people. So our whole purpose is to go in there and be strong enough so that that muscle has to let go.
Relax the muscles, relieves the pressure on the nerves, which makes you happier.
Well, yeah. It takes
That's
the stress
awesome.
away. We also realign the body. We stretch the muscles to the way that they're supposed to be, because you actually shrink over time. So the whole goal is to make sure that your body is aligned the way that it's supposed to be to have natural healing.
Fantastic. Why don't we go sit at the desk, and we're going to ask you some more questions.
Thank you, Mitch, for being our model.
Mitch has got yes, look at that. That's awesome.
Do you feel relaxed already?
I do. I feel great. Yeah, the head massage. I think it's very underrated. The head massage just gets you in a good space. So
Yep.
and so if people can use that to recalibrate their day, I think is a huge opportunity.
I had this little tiny thing. It had like metal tines with little tiny balls on the end, and you put it on your head, and it goes. It looks like a brain sucker or something.
Yeah,
That
it
thing
feels
was
good, right?
oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
it's amazing.
Yeah, it like gives you chills. It feels so good. So you have been in business for 18 years, is what you said. That's a long time. Congratulations.
Thank you. It
That-
doesn't feel like it.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So give us 3 takeaways from being in business that long. What can our audience learn from you as far as being a small business owner?
Well, when I started hiring people and getting a staff, I actually stopped learning, believe it or not. I trusted my staff to know their job. And when I didn't get the results I was looking for, and we just had the pandemic, I had a chance to revisit all the changes with Google search engine optimization and things like that. And I said, you know, not only was my gut right with what I was asking for, that I just needed to stay up to date so that I could be a better leader for my staff.
Very
Out of
subtle.
The other things that I have learned is, you know, you're going to go out and meet a lot of people that are in business also, and you're going to find people that are smarter than you. It happens. Don't be afraid to find your tribe. I think like being around people that are smarter than you sometimes can kind of diminish your spirit, and I think that you should just really find people that you can relate to. That'll get you really far. And appreciation, smile, and a thank you will take you a long way.
So let's move that mic just a little bit closer and towards me. There we go. And point it towards your face. It's real touchy. There we go. That's perfect.
So you
Perfect
seem
setting.
like a very goal-orientated woman. Tell us about your goal-setting process.
Well, it begins with an idea, and you pursue the idea the best way that you can, and sometimes it doesn't work out the way that you plan. And my advice to you is don't be afraid to scrap the whole thing and start over. There's many different ways to get whatever it is you accomplish, and don't give up.
Yeah. When it doesn't work the first time, just keep going after it.
That's right.
Yeah.
So interesting that you had a conversation with Elmer Moore. Elmer Moore was the first guest that I had on my first show.
Cool.
And it ended up being a really successful show because Elmer Moore was on it, and because the person who owned the donut shop was also very prolific on social media. So you had an interesting conversation with Elmer when he was the head of Scale Up. He's now moved on since then. Can you share us what happened in that conversation? Because that seemed to make an impact on your business.
Well, he is just so smart, and I admire him so much. And he took the time to sit down with me and listen to what I was going through as a business owner. And I made the statement about being a massage therapist, and he goes, "Jessica, you are not a massage therapist. You are a businesswoman." I think it's great when you have mentors that recognize you and are able to point something out to you so that you can go ahead and shift and be actually who you're becoming.
Yes. So having a mentor, would you consider Elmer Moore as one of your mentors? Do you have other mentors?
I have many people, many mentors for many different things, every area of my life. I find that you always have to work on everything. You can't just pick one subject and not do the whole thing, hence business owner. But, like if things aren't going well, generally speaking, like, you might want to work on that, have a conversation with somebody, say you're sorry or I miss you or whatever the case may be, so you can focus on the task at hand. But yeah, I mean, I've worked with Elmer for a little bit. I follow people online. I have Ryan Stewman is a new one that I'm following. He's absolutely amazing. One of his talks was about how people are into the happily ever after because that's how we're groomed. And don't do that. You will have a hard time at some point in your life. There's no avoiding it. And I just feel like conversations from different people free you up so that you can focus on what your goals are.
I was just going to say there's just so many different aspects in life. So you can have so many different mentors and just keep reaching out and finding new people. You just never know who you're going to run across.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And be open to that, to receiving whatever they're going to give you.
And be coachable.
Be coachable. That's huge.
The Buddhists have a saying that life is hard. It's the whole saying. But I think what's important of what you talked about, a takeaway, is that you have many different mentors. And I have heard other people say, well, a mentor is one person that you have to formally go ask and like have this ritual to have them be your mentor. But you can have many mentors. You can have online mentors, and you can have other people that you follow. I think that's a great takeaway that our audience can learn from.
There's no wrong way to do it. You'll pick up information and inspiration at any given moment. So do what's right for you. If you feel like there's one mentor that you want to follow and focus on, go ahead. If you want to pay attention to other influencers, do that too. Just whatever works for you. There's no wrong answer.
Do you find that there's certain times in your life where you're really diving into one mentor and then it's like you soak up everything you possibly can from them and then you move on and you find different ones, or are they like evenly, like you pay attention to each one individually evenly?
It depends. I find for myself, I'm a project person. I like to have little projects happening at any given time. That's why it's really amazing that I actually spent 18 years in massage therapy, because I need to like change things up all the time. So it just really depends on what it is that I want to accomplish.
So thank you for joining us today. I really appreciate it. I know Mitch really appreciates it. He's got a great way to start his day. Do you have an offer or event that's coming up that you'd like to share with our audience?
I'm looking to select 5 business owners right now to take a look at their business and help them scale up, maybe even retire if they're looking at it. So go ahead and submit your information to can'twaittoretire.com. and we'll get the conversation on how we can get that business up.
That is a great offer. I'm looking forward to it. I think there's quite a few people in our audience that will take advantage of that.
And we do have a page for you on the Connect Show website with your information and contact information. So if you're out there in the audience and need a way to quickly get a hold of her, go to theconnectshow.com. And Kim put that in the chat. Awesome.
Shannon would like to know if it's massage business or any business for your offer.
Any business.
So you're going to help any business scale up to retire.
Yes, especially if it's a fun business.
Yeah. Okay, so if your business sucks,
If it involves
It's
Yeah.
gotta be
Yeah.
a fun business and, you know, not a lot of paperwork.
Wonderful. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. And next we have Kim for a marketing moment. And I'm excited.
Are you?
I am. Are you excited?
I'm excited.
Yes.
I'm really excited.
My fellow bread buddy. We'll get to that in a moment.
No, we won't.
Oh, we won't.
Sore subject.
Uh-oh.
Just you wait.
Uh-oh. I have a feeling that someone did similar. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
So here's today's marketing moment. I'm going to give you 6 ways to repurpose your content. You have content, you've already created it. We want you to be able to reuse it. It is absolutely okay to reuse any content that you have made as long as it is not time sensitive. So one thing you could do is you could put your current content together in an ebook, and you can offer that ebook as a download on your website, as a way to gather some email addresses. You can also compile your customers' questions into frequently asked questions and put that on your website. So then use those as a social tool of reasons to get people back to your website. Then if you did those FAQs and you want to repurpose the FAQs, you can turn those, each of them, if you have enough content, into each separate blog post. Then you can transform your content into a valuable email series. So those emails that you collected from doing an ebook, maybe you want to turn that into an email series. You can then, some people learn verbally, so then you can turn that content into podcasts. And finally, some people are just visual and they don't want to read anything or not too much, turn it into an infographic. So there are 6 ways to repurpose your content over and over and over again. That's what I have for today's marketing moment. I'm excited for what's on the table right now.
I'm excited for what's on the table too. It's right in front of my face. I'm loving it.
All right.
So one thing about your marketing moment that I think is really valuable to learn, we had Michelle Murder on the show a couple times now, and she talked about the bank code, which is the different personalities, blueprint, action, nurturing, knowledge. There we go.
Nice.
Booyah.
Nice.
Yes.
You have a
crushed
memory
it.
like I don't.
I don't have that. It was, I ate mushrooms this morning.
Oh, okay.
Tripping.
All right.
But anyways,
Happy Tuesday, all.
Where did this show just go?
I don't know.
John always takes
don't
it
know.
somewhere. And sometimes
So where were you going with that, John?
so yeah, I don't know. I'm just completely lost.
We
it.
repurposed content. Michelle
Oh,
Murder.
yeah, when you
Yeah,
repurpose the content, you're talking about putting it into different forms, and that's how
Yes.
different people take in content. You know, some people are just, I just want to look at it really quickly with an image or a video, and some people want to read a novel.
Yep.
So I love what you're doing there. You're on the right track. It's
Getting
great.
different audiences.
So I think somebody won the day.
it was not me because I'm not in the winnings today.
So a retired Army officer, I'll let you finish.
And founder of Bucket of Bread LLC, an effective communicator with exceptional organizational, administrative, and people skills. He's experienced in planning, coordinating, conducting logistical support for complex operations, ensuring fiscal responsibility, managing human resources, and management of multiple projects.
And proven experience in personal and governmental budgeting, planning, execution, and review. Technical savvy with programs like Microsoft Office Suite.
Is there anything that you don't do?
That's like, yeah, I was like,
Like,
dude,
you
is
like
this the
really
wrong
good at
slide?
all of
Because
it.
there's like so many things happening here. This is amazing.
And I just thought it was bread.
Right?
And we got all that going on.
The bread's good, let me tell you. Let me tell you.
Welcome, Christopher, to the show.
Well, thank you very much. My name is Chris Weissong, and I am, like you said, the owner and founder of Bucket of Bread at bucketofbread.com.
Mm-hmm. It is good.
So I know we've got all the bread here, but I want to touch a little bit on your past life before bread. So what did you do before you started doing bread?
Well, immediately after high school, I joined the military. I thought going into the Army would be a great thing. And shortly thereafter, I found myself in the Gulf War for Desert Shield, Desert Storm. And after that, I was living in Germany with the military, had a small break, lived there as a civilian, picked up the language and came back, got back into the military. And next thing you know, I'm going to Fort Benning to become a lieutenant. And there was the Iraqi freedom deployments there. And in 2018, I retired in a short time. So,
Yeah. So thank you for your service.
Oh, my pleasure.
Yeah, I mean, we can't tell you how much we appreciate what you've done for our country. So where did this bucket of bread come from?
So I've always liked to cook. I've always baked. My mom really brought me up, training me, I guess you could say, and just had fun in the kitchen with her. And the next thing you know, somewhere around August of 2020, I woke up with just a dream I couldn't shake, just this idea, this concept that was like, hey, all the times that I've done these charity events and made breads or just even cooking and baking at the house, I could totally put it in a bucket and help people that I don't even know. So the next thing you know is, hey, I can do this. I got the go ahead and went with it.
I guess I'm going to just hog up all the questions. I'm like
Alright.
really into the bread.
Okay.
So I'm bread challenged.
Okay.
I've tried to make bread a lot, and it comes out to be different forms of bricks and gravel.
But he makes some really good smoked butt.
Yeah, I can smoke some butt. But the bread, like you followed the instructions, whipped it up, and this is the best bread I've ever made. How come it's so easy with your method? What's going on here? What's the magic in the bucket?
So what this is just my blend of certified organic flours, and I put them in these 100% recyclable buckets. And when you get them home, I recommend a KitchenAid-like mixer, a stand mixer, one with a dough hook on them. And about 3 cups of lukewarm water later, until nothing dries left, you just mix it all up. It sits in the bucket for 2 to 3 hours, and it'll rise to the top, and you end up with over a gallon of dough. It's about 4 pounds of it, and it's just ready to use. You don't knead it, you don't work it, you just reach in, grab what you want, and you can turn it into things like bread, or even pizzas, cinnamon buns, garlic knots, breadsticks, pretzels, bagels, or whatever you can imagine really using the dough for. But what's really cool is that this will last in the fridge for about 2 weeks. So this is perfect for meal prep too. You could essentially have fresh bread in just 15, 20 minutes every night for dinner, or go to my website and grab a recipe and turn it into something else.
Yeah.
That's bucketofbread.com.
Hashtag.
Hashtag. So why did you create Bucket of Bread? What was your, outside of your dream, like, and outside of your history of growing up with cooking, what made you take the leap into building your own business? I mean, because you were in the Army, there's no business experience there. Like,
Well, so I was, about the time of having this dream, I was looking for things to cook with. I wanted to get more into a non-preservative, no chemical type of a product for my foods. So to do that, I looked at the way I had been making breads and things in the past and thought, well, this dough, I could totally put it in a bucket. And then if I'm using that as a product, as a business, then if I'm going to start a business, I want to do something good in the world. So I was like, let me create this to where 10% of all my after-tax profit goes towards charities that are combating hunger, fighting food insecurities in America, and then also give people an opportunity to donate the buckets to where I'd collect them and give them to the pantries on their behalf. So I thought this is just the perfect way to take something that's wholesome and good and then help people. And that's really what it was all about.
And I think a fringe benefit of how this is good is what it means for family. You know, you can get your kids off the iPad and have them do something. It's just a couple of minutes of mixing dough and putting it on a plate, but it's just, I think the act of making bread is just cool, you know? And when you have a family dinner to have fresh bread, oh, there's nothing like it. And I didn't know that you had other recipes. I just made the generic right out of the bucket, and I was real happy with that they didn't suck. Like, I had a pretty low bar, but Kim just crushed it over here with all kinds of goodness. I don't even know what this is. Mitch stole it once. We had to tackle him. He's gonna have a limp after that one, but
Yeah, it looks like she made the perfect monkey bread. So
I did. I just I found a monkey bread recipe, and I didn't go to the one on the website. I just kind of found one. I've never made monkey bread before, by the way. So this is the first attempt, and I thought it looked pretty good.
can you taste the monkey?
I don't know. You'll have to tell me because I didn't try
Yeah,
it.
that was there.
You'll have to ask Mitch.
Okay,
It sounded like he stole some.
I got a boo on that one. That was a boo. All right.
So where do you see yourself in the next year with Bucket of Bread?
oh wow. So the whole goal is to make this a nationwide brand. I would really love to transition from the solopreneur where I make these individually in my little assembly line myself and measure everything out to the gram, to where this is actually a full-fledged company, and however that transition takes place, the production levels are increased and this becomes the next best thing since sliced bread.
So right now,
Oh,
Ba-dum,
they're
ba-dum.
dropping them
Ba-dum, ba-dum.
hot here. Woo!
so right now you're just a one-person business. You're creating these buckets all by yourself. You don't have like a factory or anything doing
No,
it
no,
for you?
I do this all by myself, and the capability for me as far as by myself at this point is I can make 100 of these a day and have them shipped the next. So I can just put that on repeat if I get to that level, and I think that would really be cool if that happens.
I think a great introduction would be that woman we had on for Christmas who had like the
Oh,
Illinois and the
yeah.
Wisconsin boxes that we didn't get one of, but we'll talk about that later. But if we have that model, what she's doing would be perfect for you. And I think we need to bring you back for the Christmas party.
Hey, I'm all game.
And Kim is definitely hired. Yeah, this is awesome. I don't
What
even
did
know
I
if it.
do?
I don't even know if it tastes good, but
Oh, I'm sure it tastes
it
good.
tastes
It
good.
looks amazing.
It
Yeah.
tastes good.
And he's right out of La Crosse. He's right here in Wisconsin. So
That is beautiful. So, do you have any special offers or anything that we can share with our audience to get them involved in this? Now, you
Yes.
talked about giving away as gifts, and what else do you got going on?
So if you go to bucketofbread.com and you create a user account, the first purchases that you make are going to be 20% off. So take advantage of that and get a bucket of bread today.
Yes, I would definitely recommend getting a bucket of bread today. So, Kim, bring it in, girl. Come on
Uh-oh.
now.
What am I doing?
You got to tell us about this bread.
What do I have to tell you?
I don't know. I'm
You
just
want to
going to
know
move
what
over.
I did? So I
Come on over here.
Over there.
Yep, I'll move over
Where'd it
here.
go? So it's sloppy mess. So
just on the backside.
I made the bread last night and mixed all the ingredients, did the 3 cups of water, didn't not think to use the dough hook. So I actually took it out and gave it a little hand knead too. Let it rise. It rose perfectly. Then this morning I took some cinnamon and sugar, just ripped pieces of bread out, threw cinnamon and sugar in a Ziploc bag, threw some bread pieces in there, shook it up, put it in a pan, made mixed brown sugar and butter, melted that, and then poured that over the top and baked it. It was pretty easy. It actually was extremely easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Easy to make.
Yeah.
And just a great idea. I love it.
And I still have bread left over, you guys. That wasn't the whole bucket.
That's
Nice.
awesome.
Yeah, if you were to look at this at like as a pizza, you can get 9 12-inch thin crust pizzas out of one bucket.
Can
So,
you make pizza out of that?
oh yes, you
That's
can.
insane.
It is delicious.
That is insane. Mitch, are you gonna give it a whirl? Come on over.
Absolutely.
Come on, Mitch. Pizza is
Give her a
life,
pull.
by the way. Give her a pull. Hopefully, we cooked her well.
It's nice and warm still.
It's still warm.
Awesome.
This morning.
Oh, that is delicious.
Did I do all right?
We got all.
All right, come on,
We got a whole
everybody.
name
All
of
right.
people.
Yep.
Carl, none for you.
Mm.
I'm just kidding. Of course, you can have some.
Okay, compliments to the chef.
Did I cook the bread all the way through was my biggest
Mm.
worry.
Passing on
That
the
was
bread.
my biggest worry. Because I don't know because I never made it before.
That is fantastic, Mike.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good.
And I'm
All right.
a connoisseur. so-
Are you?
You should
Okay.
taste the bagels.
Hey, challenge accepted.
For Christmas, we need to have bagels. And also Hanukkah, right? Make
Yeah.
it a Christmas
I was actually
Hanukkah
going to
party.
ask, is there any, do you make any challah bread? Or could we add it to the menu?
We should try to definitely research and put together.
I
a
mean,
recipe.
it's the eggs maybe throw
Yeah.
it a little, but we can at least make the base of the dough.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go.
We'll have to look into that one.
Oh, fun.
That's
Good.
great.
This is
Glad I
great.
did great.
So once again, the Connect Show Mastermind is this month. We're talking about sales. We're just gonna wrap up the show with the whole gang here. Hey, Carlo, flip that over so we can get Mitch in here too. So on Friday mornings at 10 a.m., the three of us talk about sales and how we can set goals, be held accountable, and make our business better.
And last week we all set a goal.
Yep.
What day is today? Tuesday. It's only Tuesday. I got 3 more days.
Are you killing it?
I did one. I did one.
There you go.
Good.
You did one.
I did one.
And your goal
I
is
only got
5.
4 more to go.
You
There
did
you go.
great.
How about
So
you?
if you hit that down arrow on there,
Nowhere
Mitch,
near?
since you're right
No,
there.
no.
Me, I'm doing my daily. I'm good. How about you, Kim?
I
She was
it's-
making
it's-
bread.
It's in here. I was making bread.
Good. That's good.
I don't remember what my goal was.
Oh, well,
Did you
he's
make
got it
one?
recorded. He
All
can
right,
send
I'll
it
go
to you.
back. I think I did.
Yeah, I made it.
Yeah.
I actually made a document and shared it with everybody. So
We're big time.
I feel like I killed it.
It's big time.
Yeah,
Killed.
So thanks to everyone for coming today. We had a fun show.
Join us next week for our show featuring William Zenobia and Renee Jack as we continue our new month of Be Your Best Self. Renee Jack is a hypnotherapist, hypnotherapy, puts you
Oh
to
my.
sleep. And William, he does all sorts of health products. He's very, very health conscious. So he's going to teach us about that we shouldn't probably be eating that.
Ah,
But
ah,
it's a good treat.
Well, that's why he's not
In
here this
moderation.
week.
right?
Yes, in moderation.
That's
In
why he's coming
moderation.
Next week,
In
not this week.
moderation.
So thanks for all of us. Thank you to all of us for showing up this week and helping us keep this show running smoothly. And come on up and grab some bread, everybody. That's how we're going to end the show.
Woo!
Come on up.
All
Serious.
right. Let me go put Christopher stuff in the chat because I was right in the middle of that.
Really good.
Yes.
Yeah, no, we can cut it.
Okay.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.